Hey, have you ever stopped to think about how much we rely on our eyesight every single day? From reading texts and watching movies to driving and simply recognizing faces, clear vision is something many of us take for granted until it starts to slip away. The truth is, millions worldwide suffer from vision problems like age-related macular degeneration, cataracts, and glaucoma, which can seriously affect quality of life. In fact, global estimates show that over 2 billion people have some form of vision impairment, and a large chunk of this is preventable or manageable with early care. The tricky part? Many eye conditions sneak up quietly without symptoms until significant damage has been done. That's why protecting your eyes from the inside out, especially through the right vitamins, is essential for keeping your vision sharp and clear for years to come. Today, let's talk about the top vitamins that science supports for promoting healthy eyes and preventing vision loss. Starting, vitamin A is probably the most famous when it comes to vision. You might have heard people say, "Eat your carrots for good eyesight," and there's a solid reason behind that old advice. Vitamin A is essential because it helps form something called retinal, a molecule that teams up with a protein in your eye to create rhodopsin. Think of rhodopsin as the magic ingredient your eyes use to adjust when you walk from a bright room into a dark one. Without enough vitamin A, your night vision takes a hit, and you might find yourself struggling in low light or even experiencing dry, irritated eyes. But it's not just about seeing better at night. Vitamin A plays a huge role in keeping the cornea, the clear, protective outer layer of your eye, in tip-top shape. This means it helps protect your eyes from infections and injury. Now, here's a fact that might surprise you. Vitamin A deficiency is one of the leading causes of preventable childhood blindness worldwide, especially in developing countries. According to the World Health Organization, an estimated 250,000 to 500,000 children go blind every year due to a lack of vitamin A, and sadly, half of them don't survive more than a year after losing their sight. That's why addressing this deficiency isn't just about vision, it's about saving lives. One landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition looked at children with vitamin A deficiency and found that supplementing this vitamin significantly reduced rates of blindness and even helped lower mortality from common infections like measles and diarrhea. So, vitamin A isn't just protecting your eyes, it's supporting your immune system too. Now, you might wonder how much you need daily. For most adults, the recommended amount is around 700 to 900 micrograms, which you can easily get by eating foods like liver, sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and kale. These natural sources are ideal because vitamin A is fat-soluble, meaning your body stores it, so taking too much in supplement form can be risky. It can lead to toxicity, causing symptoms like headaches or even more serious issues. That's why focusing on a balanced diet is the best way to keep your levels healthy and your eyes bright. Next up, vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant that protects the eyes. Our eyes are constantly under attack from the environment. Things like UV light from the sun and pollutants in the air create oxidative stress, which is basically an overload of harmful molecules called free radicals. These free radicals can damage the delicate tissues in your eyes, especially the lens and retina, which are crucial for clear vision. That's where vitamin C steps in as a powerful defender. Vitamin C works as a strong antioxidant, meaning it neutralizes those damaging free radicals before they can harm your eye cells. But it doesn't stop there. It also helps regenerate other antioxidants, like vitamin E, giving your eyes an extra layer of protection. Plus, vitamin C is essential for collagen production, the protein that holds the structure of your eyes together, especially in the cornea and blood vessels. Without enough collagen, your eye tissues can become weak or damaged, which can affect vision. A lot of research shows how important vitamin C is for eye health. For example, studies have found that people who consume higher amounts of vitamin C have a lower risk of developing cataracts, the clouding of the eye's lens that causes blurry vision. It also appears to slow the progression of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults worldwide. AMD affects the central part of the retina, the macula, which is responsible for sharp and detailed vision. To get the benefits, Adults should aim for about 75 to 90 milligrams of vitamin C daily, which you can easily get from foods like oranges, strawberries, bell peppers, and broccoli. The great news is that vitamin C is water-soluble, so your body doesn't store excess amounts. It simply flushes out what it doesn't need, making it very safe even in larger doses. Moving on to vitamin E, another antioxidant hero that shields eye cells from free radicals. Vitamin E plays a crucial role in protecting the delicate structures within your eyes, especially the fatty acids that make up the cell membranes in your retinal cells. These cell membranes are vital because they keep the photoreceptor cells healthy. These are the cells responsible for converting light into nerve signals that your brain interprets as vision. When these membranes are damaged by oxidative stress, which happens naturally with age and exposure to environmental factors, your vision can decline. Vitamin E acts as a powerful antioxidant by neutralizing free radicals that threaten these fatty acids and other important molecules in your eyes. Research involving older adults has shown promising results, where supplementing with vitamin E, particularly when combined with other antioxidants like vitamin C and carotenoids, has helped reduce the risk and slow the progression of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and cataracts. Both conditions are leading causes of vision loss in older people, making vitamin E a key player in eye health. You can find vitamin E in foods such as nuts, think almonds and hazelnuts, seeds like sunflower seeds, leafy greens such as spinach, and various vegetable oils like sunflower or safflower oil. For adults, aiming for about 15 milligrams per day is recommended to support eye health effectively. Because vitamin E is fat-soluble, it's stored in the body's fat tissues and liver, so it's important to maintain balance. Taking too much, especially through supplements, can lead to complications, particularly if you're on blood-thinning medications like warfarin, as high doses may increase the risk of bleeding. So, while vitamin E is a fantastic defender of your eye cells, it's best to get it from food sources or use supplements under medical supervision. Then there's vitamin D, often linked to bone health, but increasingly recognized for its role in eye health. Vitamin D might be best known for keeping our bones strong, but it's quietly playing an important role in maintaining healthy eyes, too. One of its standout features is its anti-inflammatory power. Chronic inflammation is a major factor in eye diseases like age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and uveitis, an inflammatory condition affecting the middle layer of the eye. Vitamin D helps regulate the immune system, dialing down excessive inflammation that can damage delicate eye tissues over time. Interestingly, some studies have found a link between low vitamin D levels and an increased risk of dry eye syndrome, where the eyes don't produce enough tears or the right quality of tears, leading to discomfort and vision problems. There's also growing evidence suggesting that insufficient vitamin D might contribute to the development and progression of macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults worldwide. Our bodies naturally produce vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, but depending on where you live, your lifestyle, or the time of year, that might not always be enough. That's why vitamin D is also found in fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, fortified dairy products, and, when needed, supplements. For most adults, the recommended daily intake ranges between 600 and 800 international units, IU, enough to keep the immune system balanced and eyes healthy. Since vitamin D is fat-soluble, it can build up in the body, so it's important not to overdo it with supplements without professional guidance. Monitoring your vitamin D levels through a healthcare provider ensures you get the right amount to support your eye health without risking toxicity. Lutein and zeaxanthin aren't vitamins, but carotenoids, plant pigments, that act like natural sunglasses for your eyes. Ever wondered how some people can stare at screens for hours without getting that burning, gritty feeling in their eyes or seeing everything blur around the edges? The secret may not be in fancy glasses or expensive drops. It might be in two powerful nutrients called lutein and zeaxanthin. These naturally occurring carotenoids are like internal sunglasses for your eyes. They accumulate in the macula, the small but vital part of the retina responsible for sharp, central vision. This area is essential for things like reading, recognizing faces, and seeing fine detail. Basically, all the visual tasks that matter most in daily life. Lutein and zeaxanthin work in a pretty remarkable way. First, they filter harmful blue light, the kind that comes from digital screens, LED lighting, and sunlight. Constant exposure to blue light can trigger oxidative stress and inflammation in the retina, accelerating aging and damage to photoreceptor cells. These carotenoids act as a protective shield, absorbing high-energy light waves before they can cause harm. They also fight off oxidative stress by neutralizing free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells, and play a major role in age-related vision problems like AMD, age-related macular degeneration, and cataracts. The science behind these compounds is impressive. A study known as the Age-Related Eye Disease Study 2, ARDS2, found that supplementing with lutein and zeaxanthin significantly reduced the risk of progression to advanced AMD, particularly in individuals with low dietary intake of these nutrients. Another research review pointed out that people with higher levels of these carotenoids in their diet had better contrast sensitivity and recovered faster from glare, something that really matters when driving at night or working under bright lights. Here's the catch. Our bodies can't produce lutein and zeaxanthin on their own. That means we're entirely dependent on food or supplements to get enough. Leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, and collard greens are packed with them, and you'll also find decent amounts in corn, eggs, and even orange peppers. For those who don't get enough through food, supplements are a reliable option. Most clinical trials show benefits at doses around 10 milligrams of lutein and 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin daily. Vitamin B complex, especially B6, B9, folate, and B12, plays important roles in protecting the eyes. Did you know that something as tiny as a chemical compound in your blood could be quietly increasing your risk of vision loss? That compound is homocysteine, and while it's a natural byproduct of metabolism, when levels get too high, it can damage the delicate blood vessels that feed your eyes, particularly the retina. Elevated homocysteine has been linked to a higher risk of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, one of the most common causes of vision loss, especially in people over 50. But there's good news. Certain B vitamins can help keep those levels in check and support your eye health in the process. Vitamins B6, B12, and folate, B9, work together in a beautifully coordinated way to break down homocysteine and keep it from building up in your bloodstream. When these vitamins are in short supply, homocysteine can accumulate and begin damaging the endothelial lining of the blood vessels. That's especially problematic in the eyes, where the tiniest capillaries nourish the retina and optic nerve. Once these vessels are compromised, oxygen and nutrients struggle to reach the cells that keep your vision sharp, increasing your risk of degeneration and poor visual performance. Research has backed this up. A large-scale study involving women with cardiovascular risk found that daily supplementation with folic acid, 2.5 milligrams, vitamin B6, 50 milligrams, and vitamin B12, 1 milligram, reduced the risk of AMD by up to 35% compared to those who took a placebo. That's a significant drop, and it highlights just how important these vitamins are, not just for your heart, but for your eyes as well. The best part? These nutrients are widely available in everyday foods. Leafy greens like spinach and romaine, beans, whole grains, eggs, and dairy products are excellent sources. You can also find B12 in fish, meat, and fortified cereals, which is especially important for older adults and vegetarians who might struggle to absorb it efficiently. The recommended daily intake for adults is about 1.3 milligrams of vitamin B6 for 100 micrograms of folate and 2.4 micrograms of vitamin B12. These B vitamins work best when they're all present in balanced amounts. So whether through diet or a high-quality B-complex supplement, synergy matters. Zinc is a trace mineral, but often grouped with vitamins in eye health discussions because of its crucial role. Did you know that one of the most important minerals for eye health is something many people don't even think about? Zinc? This trace mineral plays a surprisingly critical role in protecting your vision, especially as you age. It's heavily concentrated in the retina, where it assists in a vital process, helping vitamin A produce melanin, the pigment that shields your eyes from damaging light and oxidative stress. Without adequate zinc, vitamin A can't do its job properly, and your eyes become more vulnerable to deterioration. Zinc's benefits don't stop there. It's also a key player in supporting your immune system, and it acts as a powerful antioxidant, helping to neutralize harmful free radicals that contribute to age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and cataracts. In fact, the landmark age-related eye disease study, ARDS, showed that taking zinc along with antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, beta-carotene, and copper could slow the progression of intermediate to advanced AMD by about 25%. That's a major impact, especially for a disease that affects millions of people globally and often progresses without noticeable symptoms until significant vision is lost. Zinc is also thought to aid in the activity of more than 100 enzymes that support various biological functions in the eye, including tissue repair and cellular metabolism. Because the retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in the body, zinc's contribution to enzyme activity helps maintain the overall health and function of retinal cells, keeping vision clearer for longer. Food-wise, you've got plenty of delicious options to maintain healthy zinc levels. Oysters are actually the richest source, but you'll also find it in beef, poultry, pumpkin seeds, cashews, and whole grains. For adults, the recommended daily intake is around 8 milligrams for women and 11 milligrams for men. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting the supplements. Finally, omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA, are not vitamins but essential fats that play a huge role in retinal health and reducing inflammation. Ever wondered why your eye doctor always tells you to eat more fish? It's not just a healthy cliche, it's grounded in science. And one of the key reasons is a special type of fat called DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. DHA is an omega-3 fatty acid that makes up a significant portion of the retina's structural fat, especially in the photoreceptor cells that detect light and send visual signals to the brain. Without enough DHA, these cells become stiff, less responsive, and more prone to damage, directly affecting how clearly you see. DHA is essential for maintaining cell membrane fluidity, which might sound technical, but it simply means your eye cells can move, communicate, and respond efficiently. Think of it like keeping the lens on a camera smooth and flexible, ensuring it can quickly adjust and focus. When DHA levels are low, this fluidity drops, impairing your eye's ability to send crisp, accurate visual messages to the brain. The result? Blurry vision, slower reaction to light, and even structural damage over time. There's solid research backing DHA's importance in protecting against age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and dry eye syndrome. A meta-analysis of observational studies found that individuals with the highest intake of omega-3 fatty acids had a 38% lower risk of late-stage AMD compared to those with the lowest intake. Other studies have shown that regular consumption of DHA-rich foods or supplements can improve tear quality and reduce symptoms of dry eye, which is increasingly common in people who spend long hours on screens or in air-conditioned environments. The best sources of DHA are fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna. These not only provide a potent dose of omega-3s, but also come with other eye-supporting nutrients like vitamin D and selenium. For adults, a general recommendation is about 250 to 500 milligrams of DHA and EPA, another important omega-3 daily. If you don't eat fish, no worries. Algae-based supplements offer a vegan-friendly and equally effective alternative, since algae is the source of DHA in the marine food chain. What's especially exciting is that DHA works synergistically with other nutrients like vitamin A, lutein, zeaxanthin, and vitamin E, creating a comprehensive defense system for your eyes. By combining these nutrients through diet or thoughtfully formulated supplements, you're not just targeting one part of the eye, you're supporting its structure, function, and long-term resilience. So, why not start today by adding a handful of spinach to your lunch, snacking on some nuts, or swapping out a sugary drink for a fresh citrus smoothie? Even small changes can add up over time to preserve that precious gift of clear vision. Try focusing on these nutrients for a week and see how you feel, not just in your eyes, but overall. And if you have questions or want recipe ideas to include these vitamins naturally, just let me know in the comments below. Your eyes will thank you.